nightmare moment for the Sixers fans here at Barstool Sports, Roan, Smitty, and Fran. Not only do the Sixers lose Game 7, not only is it the end of the process, not only is the window shut and it's pretty much a wrap, but all the while for their game
Why is that?
Why is the process over?
Yeah.
They have 3 max contracts. Like Ben Simmons, I mean, you know, we were joking around about restarting the process, just trade everybody for a bunch of picks and start the process over again. But if people don't want Ben Simmons and his contract, and people are not going to want Tobias's contract, and you still got Embiid, but the whole idea was always staying super lean, young guys that are on their rookie contract, and if they haven't proven themselves, ship them out of town for more picks until you amass like the right guys. And then you go all in with it. They kind of went all in. They gave the max contracts out, and it's not only did it not work this year, it's very clear that, like, you know, it's not just like, oh, we fell short. It's like, oh, Ben Simmons is afraid to shoot a basketball. Tobias Harris is nowhere close to a max contract, and Embiid is a big man, so he can't really play like by himself in today's world. So it's not like done, but it's not. They're not, you know, they used to be like so set for the future, and the future is bright. Now it's more like you're gonna have to make a, you know, square peg in a round hole to try to pull this thing out. But not only is all that on the court happening, off the court, during the electric chair, what I'm saying is the worst electric chair moment of all time, I think. Trysta Krick, Xena Warrior Princess screaming in Smitty's ear, talking shit to Roan and Fran the whole time, just laughing it up. I can't think of a worse. I mean, she's been going at it with them like all year. And this would be like if she was like Tuukka Rask sucks. She was on the other side of that all year long, and you were arguing for him, and then you get bounced, and she's at Borelli's screaming in your ear. As bad as all those other goons were, imagine if it was Trysta in your ear hole. Listen, I said it on the rundown, and I'll say it again. People were like, oh, you can't say that. I would have hit Trysta. I would have hit her. If she was screaming in my ear, I wouldn't have closed fist punched her, but I would have face mushed her. I would have given one, like, get out of my face. Screaming in someone's ear like that is almost like fucking hitting somebody. That's like, I can't be held responsible for my involuntary reaction in that moment.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That I had to.
You know, that's right.
I had to get physical.
Yeah, I more restraint than I ever could imagine from Smitty in that situation. Now,
it was
a lot of Trysta haters out there, and I hate to break it to you, if you are a Trysta hater, this is Portnoy's dream. Like, he just found a new foil to Smitty. You know, he loved Smitty versus Spider Monkey, and that kind of died out. He's going to keep Trysta around forever now, just to continue to harass Smitty, who he doesn't like. So, I mean, he loved every second of it. He called it. He opened up his live stream talking about it today. Like, anybody who was like, oh, like, she's done here, don't worry. Oh, no. Lifetime contract for Trysta Krick now. Because Portnoy just loves a whack pack who bothers the people that he doesn't like. And Trysta's going to bother Smitty for the rest of his life.
It is. He really had to get physical. That was the only move there. You had to. It was. I so badly wanted to get physical when I was dealing with those guys after the Islanders games, but I was on the side of a highway. This you could just pick just up, put it through a tape.
Just couldn't. You got to throw her right out the window of the Philly house, just right onto the streets of Philadelphia, and let those people deal with her. See you later. I mean,
that's true. You should have put out a sign and marched around town.
Honestly, if like in Die Hard with a Vengeance, when he's got to walk around Harlem with the sandwich board around him. If you put her out on the street with a shirt that just said "I am Trysta Krick" from Barstool Sports, she wouldn't walk out alive. She'd be dead right now today.
Ben Simmons was it balloon hands or something like that?
I mean, just, you know, one of the worst trolls, but in the end, it ends up being the best troll ever. I think it might be. You know, I had my Connor Gillespie moment. I had a moment this year with the Jets when they won a game on the rundown on the electric chair. I haven't had many opportunities. I've had a couple heartbreaks, but I haven't just had many games to even sit in on. Was this your worst electric chair moment this year?
This one it didn't really happen because
like Game 7 was
the Game 6 was we were at so I wasn't really on it that much.
Yeah,
we were at the Coliseum and you couldn't really get that. I've never gone back to watch it, but
right. No, it didn't have the same juice as Borelli's. Yeah.
And then Borelli's wasn't that bad because I always like, it's why I was like laughing when Mr. Borelli would like spike a shot in my face. Like I didn't care because I was like the Bruins are winning the series. Who gives a shit? Like it was
also
so
it's tough. Like Mr. Borelli, it's an enjoyable thing. It's like you're almost happy for this guy who's like living out this dream of like you know what I mean. Like I would have been as mad as I would have been. Have it being Mr. Borelli in your face is a billion times better than having it be Trysta in your face.
Oh, absolutely. And like it, I did start to. I was never angry at Mr. Borelli, but like when it started, I was angry just at the world.
Yeah.
When like during Game 6, when it started to sink in, like, oh fuck,
it's not. Yeah.
We are going to lose the series.
Yeah.
Like, it had never crossed my mind until like middle of Game 6.
Right.
I was like, the Bruins are a better team. Like we're going to win the series, and so like it was like easy to laugh and stuff like that. But it could not be anyone worse.
It's the worst. I mean. My list of people, Dave is kind of like number one. When Dave, it's gonna be funny, like the final chapter of Barstool or these later days of Barstool, where like Dave has gone on to such a different level that like nobody is gonna remember or know. The new people who know Dave aren't gonna know about like his quote unquote rivalry with me when it comes to like the Jets and the Pats and my teams versus his teams and him versus Shea and all this shit. But there was a time where it was like that was the storyline always was he laughed at me, and like the worst thing I could think of was losing a game to him. So like he'll still always have like the crown, but like Frank for me, I said on We Gotta Believe, if the Mets make it to the playoffs, I'm not watching a game with him. I will just decline. I will tell Dave no. I am not doing it. I'm not going to Trysta Krick myself. I will not be Smitty. And it's weird because Frank is technically on the same side as me, but I won't subject myself to that because I won't let myself get cricked. 96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our clips.
That's about what I would guess the breakdown of
good people versus bad people
in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
Yeah, you can be a bad person still, but just click the button.
You can be a piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.